Up next on Lion TV, we have Elias Griffin with our story on the Terminator. Following that, we have Kat Berman with our Lion of the Week.
And me, Elias Griffin, here with all your weekly weather updates. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High. My name is Maddie Anderson.
And my name is Curtis Stevens. Today is Friday, April 3rd. Now let's start this day with some student announcements.
Searcy High School will be offering acupuncture testing on April 7th through the 14th with both AM and PM sessions available. Students who are interested in testing must bring $15 to the counselor's office, pay the $15 fee before signing up, and sign up in the counselor's office after the payment is made. Students who have never taken the acupuncture are required to take all 3 sections: reading, math, and English. Students who have previously taken the test may sign up to take a retake, only the sections they needed.
SHS will hold an ACT boot camp on May 28th to the 29th and June 1st to the 2nd from 8 a.m. to noon. The link should be on your English teacher's Schoology page. Please reach out to Miss Elliott at shelliott@searcyschools.org with any questions.
The SHS Care Closet has clothing and hygiene products free of charge for any student. It is open every school day for clothing or hygiene emergencies. Please talk to a teacher, the nurse, or the office to make an appointment. Please complete the Google form in your student announcements. If you have any questions about the Care Closet, go to room 204 or email jmeans-ct@searcyschools.org.
Mighty Roar Spirit Store, located in room 217, please enter through room 218. Stop by and see what they have to offer and help support this amazing store. Terminator has gained over $1.4 billion from all its movies and for being a cult classic with films made from 1984 to 2019.
Elias Griffin has come from the future to tell us about the franchise.
Terminator 2 is a well-thought-out sequel to Terminator 1. We got together with a couple of fans of the older model T800 and a couple of the fans of the newer model T1000 to see which one is more liked in the film.
I think the T800 was scarier because whenever it got hit, it just kind of tore its fleshy skin off and revealed the metal exoskeleton instead of just the liquid metal T1000.
Okay.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger's way better.
Some debate in the film community about whether the older model of the T800 or the newer, more improved model of the T1000 is the scarier model.
I think the T800 was the better Terminator because unlike the form-changing T1000, it was just relentless and never stopped coming.
I like the liquid Terminator better. He was able to do a whole lot more stuff.
There are arguments whether the quality of the improved model of the T1000 or the older model of the T800 is stronger.
I would say, the original T800 was probably my favorite character because it really brings back the feel of the first movie.
I liked the young John Connor. I don't know, his mom's pretty good too. Arnold Schwarzenegger's always good, but I guess out of all of them, Arnold's my favorite just because, he can look like a machine and be a machine.
The producers of Terminator 2 put a lot of work and effort into designing the different characters in the movie.
The T1000 was definitely proficient in its mimicry and disguising as humans, but I think the T800 was the better protagonist because it had a more in-depth feeling of being terminated.
I think the T800 was probably harder to defeat in the first movie than the 1000 in the second, and he just didn't give up. Even crawling with, his face being blown apart, it didn't put him all back together and look like it's uninjured. So I think the original one was probably a little more intimidating.
Overall, people around the world have enjoyed watching the 6 different Terminator movies, and the fans can't wait for more movies to come out. Now back to you at the news desk.
Wow, thanks, Elias.
I can't wait to watch the Terminator when I get home today. The first Robotics Arkansas Regional held at Harding University last weekend had 25 teams participating, including 2 from Mexico, according to Todd Trogber, Regional Director of First Robotics. Trogber, who also works as a coach with Harding's Academy team Breakaway 3937, called the tournament a tremendous success, drawing teams from everywhere from Colorado to Florida. In addition to Mexico,
After President Donald Trump threatened to bomb desalination plants in Iran, former Iranian-American political prisoner Tassad Bakish believes the Iranian regime bears responsibility for what happens moving forward. He says Iran could end the war soon and that Trump's demands are reasonable. Meanwhile, President Trump set a timeline. Fighting in the Middle East continues through the first part of the week. Iran hit a fully loaded oil tanker near Dubai, and U.S. strikes on an Iranian city known for its missile and nuclear program sent fireballs into the sky.
on Wednesday, the Artemis II rocket launched. The goal is to see if there is a possible spot to land and stay on the moon for a while for a potential future trip to the moon. The rocket ship launched at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, orbit the Earth twice before orbiting the moon once, then coming back, landing somewhere near the West Coast. The crew, Wiseman, Glover, Coach, Hansen, will test the Orion spacecraft's life support, communication, and navigation systems to prepare for the future Artemis lunar missions.
It looks like it's getting warmer, but I know the weather can change at any moment.
Good thing we have Elias Griffin with all our weather updates.
Good morning, Saoirse. I'm Elias Griffin here with your weather updates. Today it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 85, rain 15% chance, winds south 10 miles per hour, humidity at 67%, and your sun rose at 6:50 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight's going to be scattered thunderstorms with a low of 66, rain at 59% chance, winds at south 13 miles per hour, humidity at 78%, and your sun rose at 7:29 p.m. On to the almanac. Your last 7-day average high is 86, your low is 38, your monthly average precipitation is 5.2 inches, and your month to date is 0.86 inches. On to the 5cast. Saturday is going to be thunderstorms with a high of 68, low of 43, with a 98% chance of rain. Sunday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 69, low of 41, 4% chance of rain. And Monday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 73, a low of 44, and a 5% chance of rain. Tuesday it's going to be sunny with a high of 67, a low of 43, and a 3% chance of rain. And on Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a 76-degree high, 51-degree low, and a 3% chance of rain. Looks like it's going to be real cloudy out there this week. Now back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Elias. I'm getting hungry. What's for lunch today, Maddie?
Today for lunch we'll be having smothered baked chicken, meatball pizza, chicken and chili crispitos, spicy chicken sandwich, barbecue chicken wrap, mandarin oranges, and milk.
That sounds yummy. Please be sure to thank our lunch ladies.
Have you seen how well our girls' track team has been doing lately?
Yes, they have been doing great. Good thing we have a Kat Bremen with Line of the Week with a team member from the girls' track team.
Welcome back to a new episode of Line of the Week. And today I have Bethany Perry, who will be telling us about the girls' track team. So Bethany, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with track.
Well, I've been in track for 5 years now. This is my 5th year. I do discus, shot, and triple jump, and my best event is discus.
So what were your first impressions of track?
At first, I started off running, and I didn't really like it in track because it was just a bunch of circles. So I eventually changed to field events, which I fell in love with.
So is there a difference between those two?
Very much so. Running, it's just like, I did relays when I was younger, so I did the 4x8, and it was fun, but discus was just better. I like the coaches a lot, and discus, I just found it easy and it feels natural.
And are there any requirements to join, or can anybody join?
Anyone can really join. It's just if you don't show up to practice, if you don't give effort, you will get a strike, and if you get 3 strikes, you will be kicked off the team.
Aya, come here.
And finally, what do you think about your fellow teammates and coaches?
My coaches, McCoy and Leonard, helped me with shot and disc a lot, and they help me improve every day.
Well, thank you, Bethany. Well, Cersei, that's all the time left in this week's Line of the Week. I'm Cabram, sending it off to the anchors at the news desk.
Well, that's awesome, Kat.
Make sure to check out our women's track team as they play Monday.
Speaking of which, do we have updates on our sports?
We do. Bo Brilliant has our latest sports news.
Happy Friday, Cersei. Let's get into some sports announcements. In local news, the SHS baseball team hit the road to Nelson to take on the Raiders for the second conference series of the season. Both games would not be a contest, as the Lions would win in run rules. The first game they would beat Nettleton 10-0, and in the second they would win 15-0. The varsity boys soccer team is still undefeated after 2 impressive games this week. They would first play Nettleton Tuesday night, where they would go on to win 7-0. On Wednesday, they would head on the road to face the Paragould Rams, beating them 7-0. The girls soccer team is also still undefeated in conference play, beating the Nettleton Raiders 10-0, then the Paragould Rams on the road 9-0. Both teams played tonight against Valley View. Make sure to come out and support your Lions. In national news, the MLB season is officially underway with many great matchups early in the season. In the American League East, Yankees are on top with a record of 5-1 with key wins over Mariners and Giants. Their only loss comes from the Chicago Cubs losing 15-6. In the American League West, the Astros hold the 1 spot, coming off a great series against the Red Sox, winning all 3 games in the series, bouncing back after a rough series against the Angels. In the National League East, the Miami Marlins hold the 1 seed with a record of 5-1. In the Central, the Brewers will be on top. In the NBA, Arkansas alumni Jalen Williams is a finalist for the Twyman-Stokes Teammate Award for the best teammate in the league. The Twyman-Stokes Teammate of the Year recognizes the NBA player who exemplifies ideal teammate qualities, selfless play, on and off court leadership, and dedication. Jalen Williams coming off one of his best seasons yet in the league, averaging 7.4 points a game, shooting 42% from the field. Jalen Williams shows that he deserves this award through his selfless play, high energy, inefficient positivity, and leadership. Jalen Williams is also often referred to as the glue guy for the Thunder and is a big help to their success. That's all sports updates have for you, Cersei. Now back to the news desk.
Wow, I can't wait to watch the soccer game on Tuesday.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cersei High Lion TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Maddie Anderson.
And I'm Curtis Stevens. See you next week, Cersei.